Alright guys, this is Van from Hunk of Junk Model Garage. As you can tell, I've started back to working again on a few odds and ends that I had left over that I'm going to try to get finished up before the year ends. This right here is the Fonzy Bike that a friend of mine asked me to build for him. I'm actually having to take it apart because someone he had to do it for him the first time messed up on a lot of stuff. There was a lot of the sprue not cut off the parts and things like that. Rookie mistakes. Let me get you pulled down here close, that way I can see what's in frame and what's not. Just bear with me here a little bit. This is starting of a first of hopefully a few more videos that I'm going into detail on what I'm doing. This right here is the piece that's got the kickstart foot peg and the front shifter. This is as you probably know from the show, the first bike that Fonzy had was a Triumph, and so I reckon their shifter, I've never had a Triumph, never been on one, so I reckon their shifter is on the right hand side, nearest I can tell, or the right hand side. I'm a Harley man myself, so anyways, what I've done here, you can tell right here behind the kickstart, there's that little nub right there. That's part of the sprue. It's not been cut off. The chrome is just not too good at all. So I'm gonna clean it off, and I'll probably go satin with it to make it look more like aluminum. I'm working on the black details, and then after I get it cleaned off, I'm going to black wash it and then put a coat of flat or satin clear over top of it, and that'll dull it down just a little bit to where, you know, it'll look a little bit better and more detailed. The tires and wheels, I'm just going to sand the middle of them off just a little bit and get them fixed. I don't know, man. This kit right here is from the late 70s. I think the date on the box is like 79 or 80. I don't know. This guy, he needs to be smacked in the back of the head for messing this thing up. Supposed to really detail it, and he didn't do it. A lot of it, he had glue all over the tank. Didn't even fill in the sink marks. Now, he done pretty good on the figure, but this stuff right here, man, he just no. But anyways, this is one of the shocks for the seat, and what I done, I'm redoing them. I got me a small spring out of an ink pen, and I made my own. Just used some plastic tubing for the piston inside. And I'm gonna paint these with some real dark metallizer. Leave the springs the way they are, and then I'm gonna put the metallizer on the center part. I've got that; those are ready to paint. Then I've got the handlebars here. I've got them fixed right now to where I'm putting the cables on. For the clutch and the brake. Got the battery drilled, ready to put the cables on. I got them fixed last night, and I don't have the frame with me right now. It's in the paint booth over here. It's got primer on it drying, but the real thin, the supports was about this thin right here. And for the fender, man, it just when I started cleaning it up, they just snapped. They was so brittle. In fact, right here's part of one right there, and they just they're, I don't know, it's just so old that it's weak. So right here's the fender support that I made. I got me some brass wire and bent it, and I soldered the ends right there to where it looks like a flange. Still got a little bit more dress up to do on it, and then I'll sand them all down smooth and get them on the rear fender, and that way I can get them mounted to the frame before I paint the frame. But it being that model of a Triumph, I need to excuse me guys, I need to find out what the paint code is, or just get close to it anyways. I'm just going to mix it up out of acrylic right now, and then that way I can, you know, just put some future over it. But the color of this thing wasn't actually silver. It was a silver, but it had like a aqua blue tint to it, from what I can tell on the internet. But I don't think it'll take me long. I might have this thing done in about a week. That way I can get it back to him. I was trying to get it done before, right after I got it from him. I've had this thing for 2 months, but I guess another couple of weeks is going to be a little bit better than a couple of years that he was waiting on that one guy to get it done. But I'll give you a little look at the figure. He did, like I say, he didn't do a bad job on the figure. The jeans look great the way he's done them. The boots looks good. I'm just going to black wash them. Get a little bit more detail out of the seams and stuff like that, and the soles of the boots and stuff. Done a remarkable job on it. The figure itself, I don't know, the face needs something. I don't know if it needs a little bit of black wash or what, but if y'all have got a suggestion out there, just let me know. I'd be glad to take whatever I can get, you know. I gotta fix the eye right here where he messed up on it a little bit, but other than that, it don't look too bad. But it is what it is. No big deal. Like I say, I'm getting some stuff finished up and everything like that, and I've got about 9 kits that I've got to get, that I've gotten started and hadn't done anything with. And then I've got the top 10 list build. I'm going to build me a pretty nice drag truck. Hopefully it'll be pretty nice anyways. So, alright guys, we'll talk at you later. Okay guys, continuing on with this motorcycle here, with Fonzy's bike. I don't know what kind of glue this guy used, but it has stained and discolored. It's not built up on the rim, it's where it spilled on it and he's wiped it off, and it has discolored all the way around on that rim, or on the wheel. I'm getting tongue-tied, sorry guys. On the tire. It's just a big mess. So, what I'm going to do, I've already got one side here taped off. I'm going to go ahead and tape these wheels off, and then I'm going to scuff the tire up a little bit, and I'm going to paint them a satin black, and then that'll give it just a little bit of sheen, plus it'll look pretty good too. And as you can tell, I got the springs for the seats. I got them painted with folk art. It's like a metallized silver, and I used the same thing on the shocks that goes in the middle of the springs, but it's I added a little bit black to it and made it almost like a titanium color. And I also got a little bit of black wash done on the side covers, and got the rubber painted on the foot pegs. And then right here is this is one for the transmission. It's got the kickstart and the shifter and everything on it. I'll get it drilled here in just in a little while for the the clutch cable to go in. Same with the wheels and everything. I've got to drill in for the brakes. The seat had some sink marks in it. I've got them filled, and I'm making progress. I've got let's see, painted the brake pedal and lever. I painted it the same color at silver. Let's see, the name on that is Dazzling Metallic. So I got that painted like that. I really didn't like what it had started out as. Right there's the color that it was, and I really think just that much contrast looks pretty good. And then I'm gonna black wash around the cantilevers and everything. Get them just a little bit of detail where they'll pop out just a little bit. I got I repainted the grips, and I got the levers. I got them where it looks like it's aluminum color. Done that with a Sharpie, and I got the other cable on. Now all I gotta do after the cables and everything sets up, I gotta come right in here and drill out for my cable that goes to the carburetor for the throttle cable, and get all that done. And once I have that, those will be done. Then I can get started on the frame and everything, and get that pretty well took care of. I got my headlight drilled so I can run my wires in it. I've got to scratch build a tachometer for it. Fixing to get that done here in just a little bit. So I'm making progress, guys. I don't think it's going to take too much longer on this thing. So just longest part's going to be the paint and the clear and everything on it. So alright guys, I'll holler at you in a little while. Right, now we got the first coat of primer. We've got it sanded and everything on the gas tanks. I couldn't get the tank off the frame itself, so I'm having to do it all on here. You can see right in here where the sink marks was. There's one there and one here, and then there's one on each side back here at the very back of it. I've got, of course, I've got the tank drilled for the fuel line and everything to go in. So I've got that so much done on this, and right here is where I had to cut off the original fender supports, and I've got to put another coat of primer on, get that sanded, and hopefully after this coat, maybe another one, I'll be ready to get the whole thing taped off and paint the color on it as soon as I get it all mixed up. So I'll be back with you in here in a little bit.